A wise woman once said that all of the music you loved at 16 you'll grow out of. But I don't know if that's the case because right now in the studio we have an artist who I certainly have been in love with for a lot longer than since when I was 16. We are joined by the one, the only Lorde.
MDMA in the back garden, blow pupils up. We kiss for hours straight. Well,
Lorde, welcome back to Triple J.
What up? That was the cutest little intro of all time. Thank you.
I mean, had to do it. It is so wonderful to have you back, not only in Triple J, but in Australia. I was looking back. One of your first visits to Australia was 2013 for that iconic, legendary Splendor in the Grass set.
Never forget, yes.
How does it feel coming back here 12 years later with your fourth album on the way?
I honestly love Australia so much. I've really come to love it. That was my first visits to Australia back then. You know, I'd never come as a kid or anything, so I feel so welcomed here. We play the sickest shows here. I feel like every trip I get like one more like cafe that I really like. One more, you know, I'm building my star map on Google Maps.
Yeah, you also carved out time to stop by a Lorde club night, which has, everyone around the world has now seen Mary's Underground in Sydney, which
So
is
sick.
crazy. You went to the fan meetup in New York as well. How does it feel being in a crowd of fans that are listening to your music?
I honestly find it like indescribably moving. I wish I could invisibility cloak up and watch them for hours, truly. Like I was sad to leave Mary's the other night. It's so beautiful. Even if it wasn't my music, I think just seeing people congregate and like enjoy pop music destroys me. And there's just something about it. So I feel like post-pandemic, my last album came out kind of in the pandemic and there was a lot of Zoom. I was like, no, I want to like sweat on them, you know.
Also, what is it like seeing your fans in these different life stages? As you grow up, they're growing up.
Also destroying. And I feel like there is this amazing thing of, you know, sort of meeting back up every 4 years. It does always seem to be 4 years for some reason, but I feel like it's just enough time for real change to have happened, you know, even like coming to Triple J and seeing like, oh, someone's got a slightly different haircut. I can tell they're on a slightly different wave. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and even with that, like, what was that music video? I mean, first of all, I just want to shout out whoever put that music video together. The editing overnight, you did that
Me.
meetup. You?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I was in the edit till 3.
Really?
Yeah, that's me.
So you did that meetup. You then, went to the edit and
Yeah,
it was
straight to
out
the
the
edit.
next day.
Yeah, that's right.
Quick turnaround.
I'm just imagining
Harry
you literally
plan.
like downloading, transferring the files, like cutting it
Not
together
that
in the
far,
lab.
but
Yeah.
sitting in there till
Wow.
3 for sure. No, it's cool. I just like everything with this album. I'm trying to make things feel really alive, spontaneous. It can be hard to actually have that feeling these days. I feel like everything's so planned out in my work world. And I was like, what if we just don't know how it's going to go? And it was funny with the park, like we got shut down by the police. And so it was like looking for a second, like, we might not have a music video, but that's kind of part of it, you know, like this big roll of the dice, see what happens. I'm really trying to bring that vibe into my world.
Yeah, I also loved your mum's Instagram story afterwards when she was like, I'm just so happy anyone even showed up. And it was meanwhile this kind of drone shot of like thousands of people flooding the streets. Are your family still kind of surprised by the love that people have for you and your music?
I mean, I'm surprised. I feel like there's this thing going around at the moment that I don't know I'm famous, but this is actually like a central like thing for me. Like I truly find it very hard to kind of believe anything has ever happened to me like this. And I feel like, you know, maybe for a parent, it's like, it's all just like your kid's birthday party. You're just hoping that someone shows up from school, you know.
Yeah, and that snippet of what was that on TikTok, did that mark your first ever TikTok?
I lost my TikTok virginity.
Very on theme.
Yeah,
Very on theme.
yeah.
Are you now on the platform? Do you get to see sort of how your music is received by fans?
I'm on the platform. I'm definitely like pretty dinosaured out. Like I'm trying so hard. I'm like, the sound's gone. Like, where did it go? You know, it's kind of chaotic, but I am keen. I really, with this album, was trying to also like come into the world a bit more because of the amount of time that goes between albums, and the fact that I am just naturally like, I do sort of just retreat. I was like, wait, there's this veil of mystery that I'm keen to lift and sort of get close. And I think, you know, getting on TikTok, like that was terrifying for me. That really felt like, continues to feel like something that I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I think that's sick, and it's cool to, you know, not have everything figured out and to be putting yourself in a position where you're like, and also the kids are so cool on there. I'm obsessed. They're so funny. They're so moving. I get, really, there's this guy at the moment has this very simple thing. He just plays one of my songs, and there's like a moving train behind him. Ugh. Like, it's cinema. It's cinema.
It really is. And I feel like this is a kind of nice segue into the next offering that we have received from this record, Virgin, Man of the Year. You've said that it is the song you're most proud of on the album. Why is that?
Well, I think because it's very pure. It's a song that is sort of about my kind of feeling my gender kind of broaden and shift and kind of bust out of me in this way that, you know, was really amazing to me and also really scary and emotional. And I feel really, I don't know, just like proud of us for being able to capture it. It's a really simple piece of music, but it like really goes somewhere. I don't know. It's just like, I'm like, that's my kind of Lorde song. I love it.
In 2023, you went to like a literal Man of the Year award ceremony.
You've got me. Yeah. We did start writing the song the next day.
Yes. Okay. So was there anything in particular about that event that sort of sparked this song for you?
Well, it was funny. Like I had kind of been, I had been feeling, you know, this like expansiveness of gender happening for a while, and this was my first event that I'd been to in a while, and I wore like kind of like a hot girl dress, quite like basic, sorry, hot girl dress.
Hot girl dress, come on.
And I felt so not like myself, and it was a really cool marker, especially being at this event that was celebrating all these cool guys. I was like, oh, I'm one of those guys. Like sometimes, you know, when I want to be, and I was like, whoa, I don't think the hot girl dress is the right like device for this moment. And yeah, we literally the next day. We were in the studio and like kind of hungover, and I was like, I want to write a song about how I'm the Man of the Year for me. So.
Yeah, I've been loving and like being really intrigued by the way that people, before the song even came out, the way that people were trying to kind of interpret it and trying to figure out the meaning in these very like definitive kind of terms of being like, does this mean that she's this and she's saying that? And is it kind of scary to put out something that is essentially a little bit vague, in that you're like, this is a fluid feeling that I'm having about myself. It's not definitive.
Yeah, you know, it actually is a little bit scary. I feel the what the lack of kind of definitive boxes for this sort of stuff does to people. And I totally understand. Sometimes we really need these containers. But for me personally, I felt like where I'm at, it's all just still flowing, it's still moving, and I think it's probably like that for someone else too. And maybe it's okay to celebrate that impermanence, that, you know, that rawness, that lack of arrival. I don't know, it felt right for me. But
yeah. Talking about the production of this song, when you were in the studio, at what point did you realize that this was going to be like so special?
Well, my collaborator, Jimmy Stack, we were writing the song. I think we'd written the song, and he pulled up a synth. It was sort of like a very mellow kind of, you know, just guitar and sort of, and I had this like vision that morning of like a TV performance, of doing the song on TV. And all of a sudden I saw it. I saw the outfit, which is the outfit that I wear in the music video. And I saw this like white light, this really like aggressive kind of flavor coming in, and he hit something on the synth, on the Moog, and like he'd like made a mistake, and I was like, no, it's that, and he was like, this, and I was like, that. And all of a sudden it got like way harder, and then we eventually added in these crazy drums. But it needed an aggression. It needed a feeling of something breaking, you know.
You also experience synaesthesia, which is like seeing sound as color. What color would you say this song is to you?
Okay, Man of the Year is kind of like a milky, like not white, but kind of like soft, like milky. It's like canvas, something very like plain, undyed. It's like undyed fabric or something. Also sun. I always wanted to get sun into the song. I was like, just needs a little sun coming in the window.
Lorde, here with us on Triple J talking about this record, about this brand new song, Man of the Year. What's an element of the song, either in the writing, a particular lyric or a piece of the production that you want people to keep an ear out for? Something that maybe they'd gloss over if they didn't keep a specific ear out for it.
Whoa. Damn, that's interesting. I don't know. I think it's kind of all on the surface. I think like different bits will stick out to different people. I like the lyrics in the second verse. I say something about, I don't know, maybe you want to, I don't know, can I say jerk off on the radio?
You can say jerk off.
Please.
This is Triple J, babes. You can say jerk off.
I say, now I go about my day, riding it like a wave, playing it any way I want, swish mouthwash, jerk off. And to me, I was like, that's sick.
That was a pen down moment.
That was
You're
pen
like,
down.
Pen down,
That was pen down.
rest up for a few minutes, keep an ear out for that line. Where would you say the perfect environment would be to perform this song?
Honestly, like in like a bathroom.
Oh, real? Okay.
We'll see if that ever happens.
I like the idea of this.
White tiles.
Yeah.
Good
I don't know.
acoustics.
Shower on. I don't know.
Shower
I can see it.
on.
I can see it.
Yes. What's kind of, speaking about the record more broadly, when you think about bringing it to life, I mean, has that been a part of the thought process making the record? Do you keep that in mind, the live element, when you're making it?
Totally. I kind of go between thinking about that and not thinking about that. And I feel like with this one, because I just come from touring Solar Power, which was like so beautiful, but it definitely made me be like, there's a kind of song that I write naturally that like performing it just does something to me. And I think of like Supercut or Greenlight as kind of these types of songs that come from me. And I don't know, I was kind of like, I didn't make it with this in mind, but I thought a lot about rhythm and a lot about affecting the body. And then I was like, you know, once we had written these songs and they sort of started to come together, I definitely engineered them like for kind of maximum, like, I don't know, rip factor. Like I was like, I just need them to like get you and rip you. You know, those things at a festival when you hear like the start of the song, your friends, you like run over that. Like I wanted that feeling, that sort of immediate physical pull.
Yeah, the Lorde thrash needed to come back.
Wow, trademark.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
Super cool.
Put it on a shirt now.
Yeah, as you were saying that, I was imagining that performance of Homemade Dynamite that you did that was just all performance and all dance. And like that's the movement through the body that we're craving. I mean, we are less than a month away from the album's release now. What does this time feel like before an album comes out?
Oh my God, it's so tender. You like feel like this little, you're like shy and excited and you're kind of like, what have I done? I can't believe people are going to hear this, but I'm also like dying for everyone to hear it. I'm actually like, yeah, I feel like it's probably not dissimilar to right before a baby comes, you know, you're just like, I'm going to tuck in, cozy.
Has this album felt different compared to last with sort of this time period leading up to it?
I mean, it was such a different time. It was the pandemic, you know, freaky vibes. Looking back, I feel like 2021, we were like, it's all good now, you know. It was still like really
Freaky
heavy,
vibes, yeah.
vibes. And yeah, I think a lot has changed within me. I think that I'm way more like in myself and in my work. I don't feel pressure to like be something that I'm not in the same way. I'm cool to be like, I think this is who I am and who I'm supposed to be. So I don't know. It feels fun.
Yeah, we are less than a month away. And I mean, the conversations have begun amongst the Lorde stands, myself included, about how we are going to receive and experience this album for the first time. And I would love your input into that, of what you think the ideal way to listen to it the first time would be.
Oh my God, this is absolutely fabulous. Okay, I feel like there's something with my music, like there is a private quality to it. There's an alone headphone or an alone speaker vibe. There's also, this is like a very kinetic, very together with the homies record. So
Bit of both.
What's the way? Bit of both.
Silent disco.
Okay, silent disco. I like this way.
Everyone headphones on.
What if we
but
silent
together.
disco? Everyone press play at the same time. I think that's it. I think you did it.
What 3 words would you give to fans in the lead up to this album, into what so that they can expect from Virgin?
No, I only have a corny answer.
Oh, okay.
Corny is good.
I'm trying to think of a cool answer to this one. Well, I honestly think when they hear it, they'll be like, what was that? I do think they'll be a I didn't say that. I did. So I'm getting fined for that.
I mean, hey, words.
Maybe no words.
We can't
Maybe
limit it to words. Let alone 3.
What was that is perfect.
What was that is perfect, actually.
The record Virgin is out June 27th. Lorde, this has been such a pleasure. My little heart is bursting, and I cannot wait for this album to be in the world and to silent disco it up and sweat it out and all the rest of it. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Thank you. That was amazing.
So fun.